Well, Congressman Hank Johnson and Karen Handel are now colleagues in Congress. They have adjacent congressional districts. This line is one of the this road is one of the dividing lines. So Karen Handel's district is actually over there, and then over here, the folks across the street live in Hank Johnson's district. And from his perspective, in the 4th congressional district, Hank Johnson watched the election in the 6th district earlier this year and wonders now whether there was a stolen election. It's easy to forget now that on April 18th, Jon Ossoff nearly won a special election to replace Tom Price. He won more than 48% of the vote in a crowded field, but because he failed to get 50%, the Democrat entered a runoff election with Republican Karen Handel.
A difference of about 3,200 votes.
Hank Johnson remembers it. The Democrat had employed Ossoff as a congressional aide. Ossoff stayed consistently ahead in polls leading up to the runoff, then lost on election night.
I think it's quite possible that Jon Ossoff won that election and the election was stolen from him. That's my suspicion.
Johnson points to some delayed election results that came from Fulton County that night, and he points to other races in 2014, where Democrats like Jason Carter and Michelle Nunn polled well before the election but lost on election night. More importantly, he points to issues with Kennesaw State University's Center for Election Systems, which runs the electronics that store and tabulate votes in Georgia. Less than a month after Ossoff lost the runoff to Handel, the KSU Center wiped a hard drive that Johnson thinks may have been able to answer with certainty whether that election was corrupted. In a statement, Secretary of State Brian Kemp says his office is investigating the destruction of the data, which Johnson says is needed to prove or disprove his suspicion of a stolen election.
Georgia needs to get down to the bottom of what happened with the destruction of that very important evidence that now appears to be gone forever.